It had been over 3 years since I'd seen Simon in person and heard him use the L word. 2 of those years he'd lived in London. Since returning to the States 14 months ago, he'd been in New York. We'd kept in touch mainly via emails and a few texts here and there. Then he'd called 2 weeks ago to let me know he was moving back to San Francisco and wanted to see me. That was message number 1. Message number 2 was the one I just replayed, saying he missed me. After that, there had only been missed calls, no more voicemails. I was trying not to get my hopes up, but the hopeless romantic in me was screaming that this was it. This was our time. Finally, we were going to be together for real. Finally, he was ready to settle down. Finally, we'd have the life we talked about having since we were high school sweethearts. Sure, 20 years was a long time to be off and on, but it would be worth it. Simon was the only man I'd ever loved. He was my first love, my first boyfriend, my first everything. He was the only man I'd ever envisioned myself marrying. He was the only man I'd ever pictured having a family with. My phone buzzed on the counter and I grabbed it, thinking it was a message from Simon. The phone slid from my greased-up grip, and I fumbled to catch it before it crashed onto my 50s-era black-and-white basket-weave tiled floor. After a game of hot potato, I was able to save the device from falling. I held my breath as I stared down at the screen. The message wasn't from Simon. It was from Billy, my sister, saying she was around the corner. She wasn't supposed to be here for another 30 minutes. She was picking me up for the Baxter Martin wedding, which started in exactly 6 hours.